Get ready for the event of the year. L'Entrepreneur Academy Live 2024 is coming to Novi, Michigan, the weekend of November 2nd. Prepare for a high-energy day packed with expert sessions on cash flow management, business automation, client retention, marketing strategies, and so much more. Our powerhouse lineup of speakers includes Sam Rankin, Pat Murray, Ken Deemer, Brian Fullerton, Sam Gimbel, Mark Bradley, and Jeff Joyner. You'll connect with industry leaders, snag incredible giveaways, and skyrocket your business. Plus, don't miss our epic Friday night mixer for top-tier networking and fun. For those who want to enhance their experience, register for our exclusive Sunday Masterclass sessions on November 3rd featuring Jeff Joyner, Mark Bradley, and Sam Gimbel. These intensive 3-hour classes are limited to just 20 seats each, giving you personalized expert advice from the best in the business. Hurry, secure your Saturday tickets for only $249 right on through September 17th. Then the price jumps to $297. Visit l'entrepreneuracademy.com to register and reserve your masterclass spot for an additional fee. Isn't it time you grew your business? Don't miss L'Entrepreneur Academy Live. There's a link in the show description.
You're now listening to the Fullerton Unfiltered podcast. Straightforward, no-nonsense business advice. Completely unfiltered. Grow your business. Grow your life. Now, here's your host, Brian Fullerton.
Hey, what's going on, guys? Welcome to another episode of the Fullerton Unfiltered podcast. It is your host, Brian Fullerton here, hanging with you guys, and good morning. Well, before we get on into today's topic and podcast episode, I got a couple things that I wanted to kind of scratch the scab. I want to pick at the scab of something that is going to get under a little bit of people's skins. And I'm okay with that. A little frustrated, not going to lie. Joyful person, happy, good vibes, not like Kamala Harris, good vibes, but a happy dude nonetheless. I force a positive attitude on my carnal self because I need to. Had a couple things that were kind of making me frustrated earlier that I think some folks could show a little bit more empathy and compassion towards your fellow man. So I'm going to get into that. Number one, talking about a GoFundMe here in a quick second. Number two, want to talk about not normal, not super, but elite preferred and what that means for your boy. Wanted to talk about a topic that I actually think is really important. I think it's something that isn't talked about enough in the industry or enough with small business ownership in general. Talking about some insurance stuff here coming down the pike. All things being said, hope you guys are doing well. This podcast episode is going to be short and sweet. I'm actually recording in the house because the camper is crazy with my kids. The wife is, Liz, as you guys know, is trying to wrangle them. They have a boost of energy, a second wind like no other. So to try to find a quiet spot or a quiet place it is extremely difficult. By the way, great movies, A Quiet Place, Day One. Fantastic movies, just so you know. Go check those out. So what I wanted to do today was talk about those couple topics, a little LAL chit-chat. Just another really quick honorable mention. Tonight, link 10 p.m. Normally it's 9 p.m. Eastern. 10 p.m. Eastern, we've got Andy Mulder with Mulder Outdoors. I will 100% tell you guys, even if you just joined for $29 a month and just had one live stream, one time, one chat with Andy, and we're able to have access to him with a Q&A, it would be worth your money. If you pay $2.99, I think we have like a discounted rate for the annual for link. You can pay for your membership in a year in advance. That's our private Facebook group. If you pay $300 just to get in the group tonight and ask Andy your 3, 4, 5 questions, and we're going to go rapid fire through those tonight, it would be worth it. Andy's a stud. Andy's got a great business, very profitable, extremely financially successful individual, a great company, great team. Absolutely love what he's doing. I did a shop tour with him. I think 1 or 2 equipment videos with him. Great dude. He's later tonight, link 10 p.m. Eastern. Don't freaking miss it. Okay. If you've never joined Link, dude, just stop beating your head up against the wall. Join, start asking your questions, get around a peer group, start working with some great friends and people. And we can't wait to have you and can't wait to see you guys there tonight. So that's going to be the Facebook live stream on Link tonight. I just want to talk about really quick. I'm going to leave a link in the description for GoFundMe. At the time that it came to me, somebody tagged me over the weekend. Again, these get shared with me 95 out of 100 times I give, 9 out of 10 times I give. 1 in 10, it's not the right thing and not the right scenario, or just some prudence, some due diligence, kind of scenarios. But most of the time, if something like this comes across my page, I give $10, $20, $50, $100, just like you guys do, right? Well, a couple of people had some terrible, unfortunate set of circumstances this last, 12 months. Last 5 years I've been on social media, for crying out loud. I get tagged in stuff like this. Sean Spencer gets tagged in stuff like this. Other people get tagged in stuff like this. The gurus, the internet, gurus, the influencers, right? People tag us and they hope it, gets shared, goes viral enough. Viral being, like 10 people see it. And then people donate and somebody can help get them back on their feet. Awesome. I love it. Like, I used to give the stuff like that all the time, way before I was a somebody. No, I'm not a somebody. I'm just saying we have a little bit more people following, a little bit more people watching, a little bit more people listening, whatever you want to call it. So now when I get stuff like that, I say, wait, if I can be a change agent for somebody's down on their luck, somebody just had a sucker punch of life, and we can rally 100 random people to give $20, and some dude makes $2,000 or $20,000 or whatever. I don't even know, whatever. And he can go buy a new mower or a trailer, or at least borrow something or rent something until he gets his insurance check from his insurance agency, right? And he can get back on his feet. Like, that's awesome. That's awesome. That's called using your platform for good. I'll always do that. If you got a noble quest or a noble mission like that, hit me up. I'm going to do my due diligence. I'm not going to carte blanche say yes to everything, of course. There's people I've said no to. I said, dude, you're on your own. Sorry, can't help. This is different, X, Y, Z. I don't pick and choose. I don't pick favorites, if you will. So I'm not going to promise anything ever, of course. But when I'm led to, like I believe a lot of you guys are, and probably believe that way, when I feel led to give, I'm going to give. And I felt led to give. Well, every time you do that, this is my quick rant, then I get into story number 2. But every time I do that, let me just say this really quick. Hear me out, like what I'm about to say. It comes across my feed. There's 3 people that have donated 20, and I give 50. And then I share it. 2 or 3 other big guys share it because I tag them. We all know kind of the shtick. We want to help people out. Whether you hate or like influencers, I don't like the term, but the people that have bigger followings, bigger businesses, bigger lives, more people following them, there is a reason whether you like it or not. Whether you like it or not. They're more effective at what they're doing, at least in that regard, like it or not. So stop arguing with it. Okay. You're like, well, I don't like this guy and he's got 50,000 followers. I don't care if you got 1,500, he's got 50,000. Doesn't mean the dude's better than you, but he did do something to build a bigger following. I'm not saying he worked harder. I'm not saying he necessarily worked smarter. Probably a combination of both, but it is what it is. So thank God folks like that exist, because when I get tagged or Sean Spencer gets tagged for all the shit that he gets and I get and everybody else gets, but when we share stuff like that, and some dude goes from, having 50, 80, $100 in his, GoFundMe to $7,500 in a day, I think it was, on a goal of 15,000, that's a good thing. Now, I'm sure it got shared by a couple other people. I don't really know if it did, to be honest with you. I have a couple thousand people that watch my stories. I'm not saying I'm a hero. I'm just saying this is why we build our platforms, to help and influence and help people out. And God forbid you do that, because... And if you sent me a DM and you were critical of this, I'm not coming down on you personally. I'm just saying, like, I get 5 or 10 yahoos that shoot me a DM saying, well, the dude should have had insurance. How do you know it's legit? I had this happen to me and nobody gave me anything. This happened. The guy should have had insurance. He's going to get a check in 2 weeks. He'll be fine. Let me ask you this. If you didn't cut your lawns for 2 weeks, what kind of a business would you have left? How many people do you think will stick with you? I'll bet you $10,000 that if you did not cut 2 lawns or your lawns for 2 weeks straight, your customers are finding somebody else. Sorry, you're not that good. Sorry, you're not that important. And so if some dude, and I have no idea how GoFundMe works, but if some dude gets 2, 5, 10, 20 grand and he can go out, rent or buy a brand new mower or a brand new trailer, or at least borrow something, right? Or replace something that works. Or I don't care if he goes to Home Depot and buys a $3,000 Toro time cutter, the little guy, and just can get something done, for crying out loud, or picks up a trimmer, picks up a blower, and he's back in business, and he's able to take care of his family. And God forbid the guy's got a wife and kids, which has happened. I've seen that happen. Christian down in Florida, he had wife, kids. His trailer wasn't insured for whatever reason. Who knows? Who cares? And people rallied 20 grand for the guy in like a week or a weekend, and got him back up on his feet. That's what community is all about. And then some clown or moron or somebody who just doesn't understand or doesn't have perspective, I'll give you a little bit of a pass, wants to challenge me and saying, well, he should have had insurance, he should have had this, you should have. Dude, what if that was you? What if that was you that, whether you had insurance or not, were just down on your luck? Do you know that in your life, you're probably going to have a health challenge? Do you know that in your life, you're probably going to have a financial challenge? Do you know in your life, you're probably going to have a marital challenge? Do you know in your life, you're probably going to have a child problem? You're with your children. Your children are going to go through something, whether it's a cut, a bruise, a scrape, or a freaking car accident, right? And I'm not wishing that on anybody, of course, but you will probably need someone's help, love, and a shoulder to cry on or an arm to lift you up. And for God's sake, that somebody does a GoFundMe, number one, cares about somebody selflessly. It's not like the dude made it for himself. A friend made it. Then I share it. The dude makes $7,500 in, an afternoon while we're all mowing and chipping in $20 at lunch. The guy's able to get back on his feet. He can go buy a mower, start paying his bills and taking care of his family, or at least, pay rent or do whatever he's got to do. Even if it's a single 20-year-old kid living at home, at least he's still able to make sure that he doesn't just get blown out of the industry. Everybody says you're a loser for not having insurance, which I'm pretty sure he did. And the guy says lawn care people are mean and they're assholes. And somebody's going to come at me and say, dude, you should have had insurance. Dude, nobody helped me. Maybe nobody helped you because you're a prick. Maybe nobody helped you because you're a taker. And it's always on my podcast, listen, you're always going to hear there's givers and there's takers. There's people that sow and people that take. There's people that give and there's people that receive with no intention of giving back or pouring back. When you tithe, you take 10% of your first fruits and you resow it. You don't take all the seed. You take 10% and resow that seed for your next crop, and you live on the 90 or live on less. But you give to get. It is okay to give to get. That's how blessings work. That's how Jesus fed 5,000 people and up to 20,000 with kids and wives as he's passing loaves of bread. This stuff is not old wives' tales. These parables, these stories, this act of generosity works. This is how the wealthy people get wealthy. Even evil people that you don't like know to give, know to be charitable, know to pay it forward. That's how it works on this planet, whether you like it or not. And if you have a bitter attitude saying, well, nobody does this for me, or nobody does that for me, or I'm not going to give, or I'm stingy, or I'm not going to, help somebody out. Bro, that is exactly why you never receive, you're never blessed, you're never going to be on the beneficiary of any of this, because you're just putting out negative in the ethos and you will never receive. Fullerton, you get a free mower. Do you know how many mowers I give away? It's not talked about. I don't promote it. There's so much stuff that we do that you'll never see, you'll never hear, because the left hand doesn't care what the right hand is doing, and it's not my position to start telling people what I do or don't do, and I don't give a crap. I'm not here for you. I serve one person. It's not anybody listening in. I'll tell you that. Okay? But I give somebody a 21-inch push mower or a 30-inch push mower, or I get a mower for free, and I sell somebody a 10-grand mower for $4,000 just to get rid of it, dump it, because I don't need it, because if it doesn't move, we don't keep it. And then that dude gets to go get a mower that's 10 grand for $4,000 or $2,000 or $5,000, whatever I sell it off of on Facebook Marketplace. Don't care. He's able to be blessed. And then the next thing is I get another call from a different brand saying, hey, we want to do a program, a campaign, sponsor or something, give you a check and a mower. Isn't it funny how it works? It's just how it works. And if you don't believe me, try it. Malachi says, if you don't believe me, test me and try it. And I am the least likely person to believe in all of this as a non-Christian before and a Christian now. I am the most staunch critic of Christians because I was the biggest skeptic of all of the above. But there's no pride in saying that way, just so we're clear. But now I believe, I know. It's not theory. It's not me having to go on faith. My belief is I know because I see it working in my life. All I've done is for 8 years, give. Help. Bless. I didn't have it. And then I gave it, and then I got more. I had nothing. I sowed what I had. I got a little bit more. I sowed what I had, got a little bit more. Sowed what I had, got a lot more. Sowed, got sowed, go, grow, go. And now I have a much better life, and we're still scraping by. We have so much more to accomplish. But if you're going to have a negative attitude about a GoFundMe, you need to get out of the industry. You need to get off the community pages. You need to get out of the Facebook groups. You need to unfollow me. You need to stop listening to this podcast. And you need to go do some soul searching in the woods by a creek and a river and some flowing water, living aqua. And you need to go soul searching. Well, Brian, it's not that deep. It's just $20. And the guy should have had insurance. Dude, it's so much more than that. And you have no ears to hear and no eyes to see. And somebody like me who understands, because I have enough maturity to understand where you're at, I'm trying to help you by calling you out. You need to get your stuff figured out, not me giving somebody money and blessing that dude $20, $50, and you having a problem with that. Dude, you're the same dude that gets a lemonade when all of your buddies had waters, or you had a water and all your buddies had lemonades or a Coke or a beer, and then it comes on your bill and you go, take the $2.99 off, dude. Pay for somebody's lemonade. Stop being so penny pinching and so cheap, and watch how you will start being blessed in your life. It's $3. Pay the bill. Take care of your friends. Are you really that petty? If it happened to you, how would you like that to shake down? For real. How would you like that to shake down? If you were on the receiving end of everything I just said, would you like to be blessed? Or would you say, you know what? I don't need it. I don't want it. There's no ego in accepting a contribution, a donation, or charity. There is no ego in saying no to that, or even saying yes to that, right? It is okay to ask for help and to be helped. I have taken help. My wife has taken help. Friends I know have taken help when we were down on our luck, down on our circumstances, down on our life, down on whatever it is. Okay? My mom has had help from the community and many different things and people and financial blessings. I don't even know how she's done it, being a single mom and many different things when my dad died. Okay? Like, be a giver. You're blessed to be a blessing. And everything you don't think you have going on right now, somebody would kill to be in your position. And I'm sick and tired of people whining and complaining because you live on Instagram and TikTok and you think certain things are okay and certain things are not okay because all of our moral fabric is eroded, and because people are shooting people up now that are presidential picks, everything just seems like it goes out the window. We still have morals. We still have standards. And this is, as a people, as a politic, as a human beings, have a right to be respectful, have a right to be empathetic, to have compassion over your fellow man. And you're like, oh, it's just $20 for a GoFundMe. He should have had insurance. Bro, you are so confused, it's not even funny. And I could talk about this. I could talk about 1,000 other things just like it. The fussing, the whining, the complaining, the when is it me? When is it my turn? When am I going to get mine? He always seems to have it going on. I never get this. He always gets that. The whining, the fussing. You're grown men. You're probably listening to this podcast. You're probably 18 to 35. Grown men don't talk like that. Women get jealous. The birds chirp like that. Women get jealous. Men don't get jealous like that. That is not a male trait. You need to grow up. If you're 25 listening to this and you start fussing, oh, he got a new truck. He probably financed it. It's probably debt. Or he probably knows somebody. Or, oh, it's got 100,000. Who cares? That's a junk truck. Body might look nice, but it's going to break down. Dude, who do you care? Who cares? Why are you talking about this? It has nothing to do with you. Say, congrats, man. Awesome. Great job. That's all you need to say in life. And if you don't have nothing nice to say, don't say it.
Before you turn off the podcast, there are two things that we believe you will be highly interested in. First, if you're looking to stay up to date with the latest trends and insights in the world of lawn care, then you'll want to subscribe to our free email newsletter. It shows up in your inbox 3 times a week and includes a Monday motivational to kick off your week, a Wednesday what's new to keep you informed, and a Friday weekly recap of all the content we put out. The second thing is we have just launched Lawntrepreneur Academy Link. Now you can be a part of an exclusive community that links you to those who can help you grow in your lawn care business. Joining Lawntrepreneur Link will give you the tools that you need to stay accountable, get real-time expert advice, and find belonging in a community of folks who are passionate about the lawn care industry just like you. Visit LawnTrepreneurAcademy.com to learn how Link membership gives you unique access to monthly hangouts, bidding hour calls, coaching calls, expert lessons, and more. Stay ahead of the curve and level up your business with a membership to the Lawntrepreneur Academy Link. Find an easy-to-use link in the podcast description.
Thanks for taking the time to listen to the Fullerton Unfiltered podcast with Brian Fullerton. We hope you enjoyed this production. If so, please consider leaving us a 5-star review for the show. While the techniques and ideas presented here are designed to help you grow a more successful and profitable business, no one can guarantee these results for you. We want to emphasize that entrepreneurship is not easy, and the ideas presented here are just the opinions of Brian Fullerton and his respective guests. No one can guarantee success for you. That being said, we hope the ideas presented here help you and motivate you to go on out there and crush it with your own business.
Fullerton Unfiltered Podcast.
Thanks for listening, and we hope to see you on the next episode.
This has been a Brian Fullerton and Mr. Producer production.